Hi folks, this is Maryann from So Cute Beads, and today we're going to make what I call my Eiffel Tower earrings. We're going to make the partner to this one, and this is roughly what they look like. I call them an Eiffel Tower. Boy, did I screw up. I was calling them Leaning Tower of Pisa, and my daughter started laughing at me. She set me straight. So they are Eiffel Tower earrings, and that is what we are going to make. So let's begin. So I have cut about 20 inches I like Nanofil. You guys could use whatever you want. I like Nanofil. I like the low vis green. I just like that it doesn't shred on me. So let's begin. So what I like to do is I'm going to start with a size 10 beading needle. And I'm going to squish down the end of my thread so that it can go into the beading needle. Or I can bring the beading needle to it. So let's find my hole. There we go. Get in the right direction. Okay. And I'm going to load this on. I think I'm going to load this on. There we go. And then I just use my pliers and pull it. I'm going to give myself about 6 inches. You don't want to do more than that. You don't want to do it like you would with regular thread that you sew a button on or something, because when the two threads are together, because it's not thread, this is fishing line, and it's a little stronger, it will tend to knot really bad. So you only want to give yourself a little tail over here. Don't double it. All right, we're going to start with these are the beads that we're starting with. So what I have here are 4 Ginko. This is for one earring. These are called mini chevrons. I love mini chevrons. This is a Gemduo or Diamond Duo. Either one will work. And these are just 4mm bicones, but you could use 3mm bicones. And I'm using 11 seed beads, size 11 seed beads. Doesn't matter, just as long as they're an 11. Okay, and then I have a stop bead, which is over here. And generally, sometimes people like to use a larger bead, but I wasn't finding larger. 11 was my thing, so we're going to do it. So we're going to put a stop bead on, and basically the stop bead stops your work from falling off. Okay, so let me put my stop bead on. So I'm going to put it on, and I'm going to bring it down to about an 8-inch tail. So 6, 8 inches, that's all you need of a tail. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to go up through where I just went up through. And that basically, it's not 100% solid, but it's going to stop my beads from falling off when I start my work. All right. So that's pretty much what we're going to do. All right. Now, on a Ginko, you always want to test both sides to make sure that this is a good Ginko and that there's no interference, because sometimes there's little debris in here and you get the one side on, you do all your work and you're coming down the other side and no go, won't work. So we want to test these. All right, so let's start. We're going to start with 2 of these and a chevron and some seed beads. All right, so basically I'm going to take my Ginko and I'm going to go from the pointy side to the round side. I don't know what's top or bottom, but in our case, we're going from the pointy side to the round side. And I'm going to push my needle up through. And then I'm going to put on 2 of these nice little 11 seed beads. Then I'm going to take a chevron. This is a mini chevron. It's much smaller in size. And we're going to load this on because the chevron's actually going to stick out. So if you look at this earring, it's actually, we're going from this direction here. Okay, so I'm going to push my chevron down, my little baby chevron. I think I have more than 20 inches here, but you only need about 20 inches. All right, so you see, this is going to stick out this way, but if it flops around right now, it's really not an issue. Then I'm going to add 2 more seed beads, and I'm going to load my other ginkgo on from the pointy side to the round side. All right, and we'll pull it down. And you see how that stop bead is holding my stuff from falling off on me? And see that ginkgo has like a little crease in it. I think I would like to use a different ginkgo, only because this is a lot of work and I don't need to have a little flaw in it. And sometimes the beads will have a little flaw in it. It's not a big deal, as long as you catch it in the beginning. All right, it's probably like something in the mold or something when they make it. All right, so now we're ready to go. So now I'm going to pick up a seed bead, a crystal, and a seed bead. And I'm going to come back up through the other side of my ginkgo. You could hold the piece in your hands to make it easier. So we're going to come up right there. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We need to just match it, but now we're coming out of a ginkgo because the ginkgo's already there. So we're going to do 2 seed beads. Let me put some of these seed beads in front of me. I think that I'm a little too close to this work. I'm going to just pull this up just a hair. Tighten that up. Okay, so we get 2 seed beads. Pull it all the way down. Just tighten my work up here a little bit. Okay, so I got my 2 seed beads, and now I got to put another chevron on. So we're going to put another little mini chevron. So on this one, I don't want to use this side because I want this side to be sticking out. So I'm going to use this side. And then I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, and I'm going to push it all through the other round side of the ginkgo. So this is the start of our work. And these are going to flip around on you. Don't worry. You'll straighten them out before we get to the next stage that we need them. Okay, so now we're going to add 2 more seed beads. So we're going to do one side of this piece and then the other side. And let me just grab another ginkgo just so that, let me just throw a couple of them out here. Okay. All right. Now, this particular, oh, I'm sorry, wrong. No ginkgo. We need a diamond duo or a Gemduo. And we're going to go up the side. And then we're going to add 2 seed beads. And then this is the last chevron that goes on this earring. So we're going to add it on the right side from the bottom to the top where the point is. I'm going to push everything down. me just cut off some of this thread because I have way too much on here. It'll make it a lot easier for me to maneuver. Okay. And now we're going to add 3 more seed beads. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go over the top of the chevron and enter the opposite hole that's open. I'm going to pull that all down. And then we're just going to pull our work together and make sure it looks right. Yep. Now we need to add 2 more seed beads. And these 2 seed beads are going to go right before this Gemduo. Okay. And I'm just going to pull my work up. There we go. And I can just tighten it up on this side too. So now I'm going to flip my work around and I'm going to work from this direction because it'll be easier. This is the top and this is the bottom, but we're going to go down this way. So now I'm going to add 2 more 11-0 seed beads, and I'm going to go through the Ginko from the pointy to the round and through that very first seed bead. Okay. Oops. Now I'm going to add 3 seed beads here because I want to come out this bead here. So I'm going to add 3 more seed beads. And I'm going to go through the opposite hole of the mini mini chevron. Make sure our tail's not in the way. So there we go, right there. Okay. All right. So now we have to add another Ginko. So we're going to put our little Ginko down here. And I want to go in this hole right here, not this one here, because it's like a foot. It's going to stand off to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 beads. I'm going to go through 3 beads. And I'm going to go through the right side of my Ginko. And I will get better. This is all new, doing video. I've been teaching for years and years. But it's different to work under the camera. That's like right above me. So I have to keep turning my head sideways. I will figure this all out, but it will take me a little bit of time. So I've got a seed bead, a crystal, and a seed bead. And then I'm going to go through the hole of the Ginko that is open. Okay. And I'm just going to pull it up just like so. And then I'm going to grab 1 seed bead and I'm going to go up through the Ginko. I'm not going through the seed bead here. I'm going up through the Ginko. And I'm going to go up through 1 seed bead on the other side of the Ginko. Okay. And I'm going to pull that tight. See how that looks? We've got it started. Okay. So now I'm going to go through these 3 seed beads. And this is just reinforcing it, but we have to, we don't want to leave it there not tightened up. And then I'm going to go through the crystal, the seed bead. So now I'm headed back up to the top here. So I'm leaving it just the way it is. So now I'm going to come up through the Ginko, through the seed bead. I'm going to do a little at a time so you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm going to go up through this Ginko, and I'm going to go up through these 2 seed beads right here. See the needle coming out? And then what I want to do is once I get that done, I want to tighten it up and make sure that my string is not loose here and that my beads are coming under here. So just tighten that up a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to go up through the mini chevron. the 2 seed beads. I'm going back up through the ginkgo. Now my little stop bead is in the way, so I'm going to get rid of it. To get rid of the stop bead, you just pull it off. Voila, and save it for another day. All right, I'm coming up the top. So I want to get all the way back up to the top. So now I'm going to go through the Gemduo or Diamond Duo, whatever you have. I'm going to go through the mini chevron, and I'm going to come out. And now I'm at the top. So what I want to do is I want to go through this first seed bead. And this is reinforcing. So I'm going to go around, and I'm going to go, I could actually put the hook on right now, but I just want to give it a little bit more reinforcement. So now I flip my work over, and I'm going to do the other side. So we have one side done. Now we're going to do the other side. So I'm going to go back through all of these beads. So now I'm going to go through the ginkgo. I'm going to go through one seed bead here, just one. I'm going to add 3 seed beads, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go through the whole of the mini chevron that's open. Now I'm going to add 3 more seed beads, and this is where we use the last ginkgo. So remember, on the other one, we want to go to the right. So let me just check that the holes are good on this one. They are. So we're going to go on the right side from the pointy to the round. And this is the easy part. So now I'm going to add a seed bead, a crystal. Let's get that crystal over here. And a seed bead, and I'm going to go around the bottom part of the ginkgo, and pull it up. Give it a little gentle pull, make sure that it's together. I'm going to add 1 more seed bead, and I'm going to go up through this seed bead right here. There's 2 of them here, I only want 1. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go up through that seed bead. I'm going to go up through the ginkgo, the bottom of this ginkgo. Correct myself here. And then I'm just going to futz with it a little bit, make sure it looks like it's correct. And then I'm going to flip my work around so that I could head up towards the top, and it's easier for me to work at that angle. All right. So now I came through this ginkgo right here, and there's these 2 seed beads here. So I'm going to go up through these seed beads, up through the right side of the chevron, through the 2 seed beads, through the ginkgo. And then I'm going to, once I get that, I'm going to pull it, make sure that my string's not catching. See how it's coming together? Now, I'm going to go up through these 2 seed beads, the Gemduo, 2 seed beads, the chevron. Now, that puts me up at the top. Yay! Okay, so there's our piece. It's starting to look like the Eiffel Tower, right? Not the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Anyway, I'm going to go through this 1 seed bead right here. And I need to put my ear wire on. Now you could actually have tied off the thread and started a new thread. I'm going to use this thread. So here's my ear wire, and I want this is going to be towards the back of my ear and this is towards the front. So I'm going to add 2 seed beads. I'm going to go through the ear wire with the pointy end sticking towards the back. And then I'm going to get 2 more seed beads. And this is pretty simple. So as long as your thread doesn't get all messed up. Okay. I'm going to take these 2 seed beads and I'm going to go down through this seed bead here. So nothing's happening with this middle one right here. I'm going down through this one, down through the chevron, and I'm just going to tighten myself up. You see it's hooked on there? And then I'm going to tie a little knot there, a half hitch knot. I just want to pull it tight, make sure it's good. And I'm going to do my half hitch knot between the chevron and the seed bead. And I will do that twice because I'm going to turn it around because I don't want any strings like over a bead or something. And then I'm going to go back up through the chevron, through the 2 seed beads. And actually, it's a 3rd seed bead I want to go through. I'm going to push the ear wire into the middle there to make sure it's tight. And now I'm going to do these other 3 seed beads. And I'm going to come down. And what I like to do is I like to use my whatever I have left of the tail. I'll do it one more run through. So I'm coming down the side and I'll tie a half hitch knot right there. And I'll go down and maybe put 2 more half hitch knots in. And then I'll just cut my thread. You can use a burner. I could use a burner, or you could use a pair of scissors. Either way. And then I'm going to take my needle, because I still have the tail on here. And I'm going to squish down my end with my flat nose. Let me move these out of the way before my dog eats them. I can't have my dog eat them. Okay. Just squishing the end down. Putting my needle on. Pulling up my thread. Oops. Get my hands under it. And then what I like to do is I'll take this because there's enough string and I'll go up across the top just to reinforce it. So then that gives me like 3 turns over where the ear wire are. So I'm going to head back up. I'm going through these 2 seed beads, the mini chevron, the 3 seed beads, the ear wire, three seed beads, the mini chevron, and I'm going to tie a knot, a half hitch knot right there between the seed beads and the mini chevron. And then I'm going to go up through that Gemduo, and I'm going to tie 1 more knot there. And then I'm going to use my burner And this is what I have. So here's one. And widget of the fun go is right here. Oh, that's not it. This is it. So that's one set. Here's another set. And here's another set. I really like this color of this ginkgo here, but I think I got them from Starman. I can't remember the exact color, and I went back to get more, and they must have been sold out, so I didn't have more of them to make. But these are called, this one here is from Beadsmith, and these are called Chalk Lilac Luster Ginkgo. So, and then on the Gemduo, I used, full Labrador. So that's everything I used. I hope you enjoyed my instructions, and I hope that it wasn't too painful, and that you come back to watch more. If you like me, please subscribe. I'm going to really try to put something out there frequently. I have a couple more ideas, but I thought this was a great little earring, my Eiffel Tower earring. And this is Maryann from Zocute, Zocute Beads. Thank you. Goodbye.